Yo. Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. What's happening with it? Yeah. Y'all know when you come in the building, make sure that you hit the like button. Let me know you in the building. Jump in the comments. Let's see who we got in the building already. My man, Opinionated Boxer, what's happening with it? Salute. Southwest Dice, what it do? Anthony Johnson in the building, what's happening with it? Big Block in the building, Patrick Bell. Yeah, like I said, when y'all come in the building, make sure that you let me know you in the building and smash that like button for me. You know, it's free. Matai Yoel, what's happening with it? Salute in that super chat. I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you coming through supporting the channel, man. Always coming through supporting. 2 Cents Boxing, what it do? Salute. Yeah, we gonna have a discussion today. Who wins, Gervonta Davis or Shakur Stevenson? Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Everybody want to talk about it, so we might as well discuss that today. I also want to talk about Showtime. Showtime, they're going to go ahead and step away from boxing. But the thing is, like I put the video out, was Fox doing a much better job promoting boxing? So we're going to talk about that and a lot more. Bruce Gas says, am I blocked? Is that the real Bruce Gas? Because you definitely not blocked. Let me see. Let me make sure that's the real Bruce Gas. And that ain't nobody just, trolling. Let me check. Hold on. Yeah, that's the real Bruce Gas. Wow, you should have you said my sound is off? You said my sound is off? Bruce Gas should have a wrench on my channel anyway. Let me wrench you up, Bruce. Because I don't know why you don't have a wrench, but you should already have a wrench. So you said my audio is off. Is my audio good? You said it's staticky. You said my audio is staticky. Let me know in the chat. Is my audio good? Everybody, let me know if my audio is good, or if I need to make some changes. Let me know, comment, let me know if my audio is good or if I need to make changes. It's loud. Hold on, let me do something real quick. Y'all give me a second, I'm gonna adjust it real quick. You take this. Now, is that better? Let me know if that's better now. Is that better? The audio better now? I'm probably gonna have to change my mic or something. I'll probably have to change my mic because I noticed when I was doing a video with my mic, I got a blue mic. I noticed when I was doing a video with the mic, and then when I posted the video, a lot of my words were staticky too. So I'm gonna have to change that mic, change the mic out and get a new mic. But now I'm just going straight from the camera, so we should be good now. So yeah, the discussion that we gonna have today, yeah, Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis. You know, and so we definitely gonna cook on that. We're gonna cook on, the whole thing with Showtime leaving boxing and why didn't Showtime, what I'm saying? Why didn't it last? One thing I've noticed is, this 2023, that all of a sudden they've been finally trying to give us all the fights that we want. But before 2023, was they trying to give us all the fights that we wanted? We was begging for fights and we couldn't get them. So, maybe that might be part of the problem. But we're going to talk about all of that. Another thing, y'all, like I said, smash my like button as you come in the building, or if you already in the building, smash on the like button. It's free. It don't cost nothing. Just common courtesy. And I'm looking at, the boxing schedule, right? And Showtime don't really got nothing coming up. You got DAZN, they got fights coming up. You got ESPN, they got things coming up. But, besides this weekend, I don't really see too much coming up for Showtime. I see, except for David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade, but they still don't have a date for that David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade. And I know that Showtime, they're going to have more events, before the year closes out. But we got these fights, but we don't have no fight dates. We don't have no fight dates for the David Benavidez and Andrade fight. We don't have no fight date for Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, right? We got a lot of rumors that these fights is going to happen, but we don't have no fight dates. And I mean, shit, we at the last quarter of the year already. Riley, what's happening with it? Salute. Michael Ray, what it do? Picasso in the building. Patrick Bell, what's happening with it? Yeah, like I said, y'all make sure that you hit the like button. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, in boxing going on today. Let's cook on right now before we get to cooking on the main topic. Let's cook on let's cook on Devin Haney, man. Let's cook on Devin Haney for a minute. Cause Devin Haney, all of a sudden, he got a big following on YouTube. Now I say on YouTube because I don't know if people still attending his fights and buying his pay-per-views like that. We'll be able to see with this Regis program how he sells. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what his numbers are like with Regis program, right? Bob Arum said that the pay-per-view with him and Lomachenko, it didn't do that well. They pretty much broke even, right? So he has a huge following, right? A huge cult following on YouTube, social media, but these people ain't buying his fights like that. But that's not even what I want to talk about, right? That ain't really what I want to talk about. what I want to talk about is that a whole lot of people that I'm hearing, right, between Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and when you put Devin Haney in the mix, even when you put Teofimo Lopez in the mix, a lot of people starting to say, not his Colt fan base, I'm not saying it, right? But a lot of people starting to say that Devin Haney is the weakest link out of all of them. And Devin Haney ain't like that, right? He's not on their level. Shakur Stevenson even said that, he said, Gervonta Davis is clearly a better fighter than Devin Haney. Shakur even said that Teofimo Lopez is a better fighter than Devin Haney. When you talk to sparring partners that's been in the ring with both of them, 9 times out of 10, they'll all tell you that Shakur is a better fighter than Devin Haney. Tank is a better fighter than Devin Haney. And like I said, they even say Gordo. They the people that know Teofimo Lopez, they call him Gordo. They say that he's a better fighter than Devin Haney. But they all say that Devin Haney is a very good fighter, but he's behind all of those fighters that I named. And like I said, this is not only the masses of the fans, this is also their counterparts, other fighters that's had a chance to share the ring with these fighters. But if you ask Devin Haney's fan base, they all say that ain't nobody touching Devin. Devin runs through everybody at 140. Devin runs through everybody at 135 if he decides to move back down. Are they a little bit delusional? Because, I mean, I can come off the top of my head at 140 with fighters that I don't see Devin Haney beating. Brandon Clark says, Devin is the best, guys. Devin is a phenom, youngest undisputed champion in boxing history. That is some Tiger Woods type of stuff. Okay, well, let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. Because, the youngest undisputed champion, you want to give him his props for doing that. But you also want to look at who had the title and who he beat. Now, let's keep it a buck. 9 times out of 10, Teofimo, we've all seen Teo fight. 9 times out of 10, Teo beats George Kambosos. I believe so. We saw that how Teo came out and fought George Kambosos is not the way that Teo usually fights. He came out there from the first round, winging shots, just trying to knock his opponent out, and didn't put no game plan, didn't put no thought in it. He was just out there trying to slug and trying to get George Kambosos out of the ring. You could tell he didn't have no game plan for him. You could tell he didn't take George Kambosos serious, and we saw the outcome, right? Now, like I said, 9 times out of 10, I'm betting on Teo to probably stop George Kambosos. But let's keep it 100. Devin Haney got to face George Kambosos for all the titles. Now, if you calling Devin Haney great, like I said, I think he's a very good fighter. But if you calling him a great fighter because he was the youngest undisputed champion, well, then we obviously got to look at who he beat for that title. Now, we've seen him outbox fight with just the jab. That's pretty much all he did was move and use the jab. The second fight, he beat up George Kambosos, right? He fought more, threw more combinations, and he beat up George Kambosos. Then we got to see George Kambosos in the ring with a domestic level UK fighter, right? And what was his name? What was the dude name? And he clearly beat George Kambosos, right? He outboxed George Kambosos, I would say, just the same that Devin Haney did. But they robbed him because George Kambosos was the A side. He was the one that was supposed to go in there and win that fight. But he got outboxed. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much every round he damn near lost to Maxie Hughes. That was his name, Maxie Hughes. Maxie Hughes went out there and basically did the same thing to George Kambosos that Devin Haney did in the first fight. Outboxed him, made him look like he didn't even belong in the ring, and they robbed him. So when you go back to that, how good? Well, I mean, he's good, like I said. When you go back to that, but can you call Devin Haney great because he became the youngest undisputed champion? Or was he just in the right place at the right time? Now, you like the Kambosos win, it is what it is, right? But you do got to give him credit for the Lomachenko win, right? If you do got to give him credit for the Lomachenko win, because I think that was a very good win. But what he didn't do what he said he was going to do to Lomachenko, right? He said he was going to destroy Lomachenko and separate himself from the competition, right? He was way bigger than Lomachenko. He was longer, taller, had all of the physical attributes over Lomachenko, but he still didn't separate himself from that competition. The fight was still a close fight. Like I said, I had Devin Haney winning that fight like 8-4, 9-3 maybe, right? I didn't really have Lomachenko winning too many rounds, but it's because the way I scored the fight is if it's a very close round and it's hard to score the round, you got to give it to the champion. And most of those rounds were all very, very close. So I gave those rounds to Devin Haney. You know, somebody else might score the fight different. They might score off of activity or, you know, but I gave the fight to Devin Haney for sure. But he didn't separate himself from the competition. He didn't show that he was levels above Lomachenko. He showed, if anything, that he was pretty much on the same level as Lomachenko, just maybe, you know, very, very tad bit above him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. We not finna go around here with this George Kambosos shit. So when I go back to it once again, right? F what the fans are talking about. Why are all their counterparts, people that's been in the ring with Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, why do they all tell you that Devin is in the back of the pack when it comes to those fighters? You know what I'm saying? Why are they all telling you that? Do the fans know more than the fighters that's been in the ring with these fighters? That's all I'm asking. Because, I mean, if you talk to fans, they try to act like that they know more than fighters that's been in the ring with these same fighters. Why is that? Big Dog Willie, what's happening with it? Salute. He says, salute to the Captain America and the Avengers. The Avengers. He called the Devin Haney fan the Avengers. Yeah, they do be lying, man. I mean, you can only, the reason that Devin Haney be lying all the time, I mean, shit, who you think he get it from? Who you think he get it from? Cedric Star says, give the man props. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? Kiss his ass? I just told you I felt that he beat Lomachenko, and you got to give him credit for beating Lomachenko, but he didn't separate himself from the competition. So what you talking about? I mean, make me understand what you talking about. How much more props do you want me to give him? I'm not finna give him props for beating George Kambosos. He did what he was supposed to do. Was he not supposed to beat George Kambosos? You know what I'm talking about? Like, come on now. Let's stop putting these fighters on pedestals for doing what they supposed to do. If y'all are claiming that Devin Haney is what y'all saying he is he not supposed to go out there and beat a fighter like George Kambosos? Make it make sense to me. That's just like everybody talking about what Canelo just did to Jermell Charlo. If you had any sense, a lot of y'all running around here just saying shit, but if you had any sense and know shit about boxing, y'all would have known that Canelo did what he was supposed to do. F all the hype and what they saying. Oh man, Jermell gonna do this to Canelo, and Jermell can knock out. Oh, you got idiots running around talking about, man, I got Jermell stopping Canelo in 7 rounds. Come on, man. I'm saying, if you know boxing yourself, some of these fighters are doing what they supposed to do. Like, come on, let's stop. Let's stop putting these fighters on pedestal for getting in the ring with fighters that they, 10-1 favorites against. And then they beat them, and then everybody want to act like that they beat the best fighter in the world. Let's stop doing that. Well, if Tank fought nobody and Shakur fought nobody, right? Let's talk about it, right? Because if you're saying that Tank ain't never fought nobody and Shakur ain't never fought nobody, well, then Devin Haney, the only person that he ever fought was Lomachenko. Let's talk about that. Devin Haney only in the first fighter, according to you, the first fighter that he ever fought, he didn't separate himself from the competition, and he barely edged out a win. So if you want to go by that theory and say that Tank ain't never fought nobody and Shakur ain't never fought nobody, well, Devin Haney got one fighter on his resume that's worth talking about, and that's Lomachenko, right? Old Lomachenko at that he barely edged out a win, and a lot of people think he lost besides myself. So, I mean, we could go with that. So let's talk about why when Devin Haney finally steps up to the plate, he can barely get the job done against a fighter that he's bigger than, taller than, longer than, and he was supposed to have more skill set than him. That's what all the Devin Haney channels told you, right? That's what all the Devin Haney channels told you. Y'all know who y'all watch. They all told you Devin Haney is the best of the best. Can't nobody fuck with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of these dudes got a skill set with Devin Haney. Devin Haney got a goddamn a jab. Devin Haney jab is the greatest jab you ever seen. Devin Haney got a Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis jab put together. Lord Devin Haney. That's what y'all, Lord Devin Haney. But we didn't see that when he fought Lomachenko, did we? Did we see Lord Devin Haney with the greatest jab in boxing? The Lennox Lewis / goddamn Larry Holmes jab. I didn't see that. Well, I didn't even want to go there because, I like Devin Haney as a fighter, right? I like Devin Haney as a fighter. But since we want to do this, right, I mean, I can be petty and go with his fan base. What we did see Devin Haney doing is in the corner, breathing hard in the motherfucker. Dad, hey, Dad, he's figuring me out, Dad. I don't know what to do, Dad. Do we need to run the audio back? Hey, Dad, Dad, I don't know what to do, Dad. He's figuring me out, Dad. Dad, what do I do, Dad? I ain't never heard Tank or Shakur in the ring, in the corner, talking about, hey, what do I do? I ain't want to do that, but since y'all want to be petty and act like that ain't nobody did nothing in the sport of boxing, but Devin Haney. I mean, last time I checked, Shakur Stevenson was a unified champion at 130, right? A champion at 126, and about to be a champion at 135. But let you know, he ain't did nothing and Tank ain't never did nothing. Last time I checked, Tank got damn near 100% knockout ratio. And yeah, granted, if you look down Gervonta Davis's resume, and Shakur Stevenson's resume, I think when you go for Tank, I think that Devin, he beats everybody on Tank resume, except for maybe, I would say, Ryan Garcia would be a hard fight for Devin Haney, right? Because he's fucking dangerous. He might knock Devin Haney's head off his shoulder, and Devin Haney can't hurt Ryan Garcia like Tank did. So different styles make different fights a completely different fight from getting in there with Tank Davis, right? And Hector Garcia, right? And but I mean, I think that, you know, Devin will outbox Hector Garcia, but those are very tough fights for Devin Haney, right? But other than that, and then when you got Shakur Stevenson, I think, you know, I'm gonna keep it 100. I think Devin outboxes Valdez. Yeah, he outboxes Oscar Valdez, and then Robinson Conceição, I think, give him a tough fight, but I think he wins that fight too, right? But see, the thing is, when you talk about Shakur Stevenson in the ring with these opponents, right? They're not winning no rounds against him. He's separating himself from that competition, right? When you talk about Gervonta Davis in the ring with these fighters that I'm naming, he's knocking these fighters clean the fuck out. He's not in the corner. Shakur Stevenson nor Tank Davis, they ain't in the corner looking up talking about, hey, they're figuring me out. Hey, Dad, they figured me out. I don't know what to do. What else can I do? So, I mean, if you want to get petty, let's get petty and talk about it. But I like all of these fighters. At the end of the day, I feel that they all need to get in there and fight each other because, I mean, you know, hey, I'm just talking, you just talking, and we don't know the outcome. I mean, we can look at the fighters and pretty much see, but things happen when you get in the ring, you know. Big Dog Willie Big Dog Willie, he says the Haney coach act like Devin just KO Julio Cesar Chavez in Mexico City. He fought him for $30 and was barefooted in the ring. Right, bro. They acting like that man is just fuck it. They act like that man the Hellraiser and shit. So, and then when you look at a Devin and Tio fight, right? Fuck that George Kambosos shit, like I said. You know what I'm saying? He lost to George Kambosos, but we all know if you have any common sense and you know anything about boxing, you know that Teofimo Lopez is a way better fighter than George Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? Like, just it is what the fuck it is. So I mean, I know y'all gonna use that shit because it sounds good for your argument, but I guarantee you, if they made a Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos rematch, you wouldn't put a fucking dime on George Kambosos to win that fight. Let's just keep it a buck, right? You wouldn't put it. You just running your mouth, right? You wouldn't put a dime on George Kambosos to beat Teofimo Lopez, and you saying that he got washed. That let me know that you don't know shit about boxing because it was actually a close fight. It was actually a close fight. Washed is what you see Shakur Stevenson do to all his opponents. But anyway, you know, let's move on. You know, the Devin Haney coach, we know that y'all, you know, we know how y'all move, man. We know how the Devin Haney coach move. But so
if you really want to talk about it, right? We talk about Devin Haney doing what he was supposed to do. Well, everybody said that Devin Haney was going to wash Vasyl Lomachenko. You're a liar if you didn't say it. The only few people that didn't say it, I was trying to tell you it was going to be a close fight, but then I changed my mind. I was like, yeah, you know what? I think he's going to beat Lomachenko pretty much almost every round. And Money Brown was one of the only ones that stuck to his guns and said that Lomachenko was going to give Devin Haney a very, very, very tough fight. So if you ain't Money Brown, or if you're not a Lomachenko fan, right, that was just riding for Lomachenko, right, especially if you was a Devin Haney fan, y'all was running around here talking about Devin Haney was going to watch him. A lot of y'all were saying that Devin Haney was going to stop Lomachenko because for some reason, the Devin Haney coach, every time he get a fight, y'all running around on panels talking about, oh, man, Devin Haney, man, he going to display his power in this fight, man. Y'all see how hard Devin punching on the punching bag? Man, Devin Haney, man, in this fight, man, he going to show everybody his power, man. He going to sit down on his punches. We still waiting for that. we still wait for Devin to sit down on his punches and to display this devastating power that y'all saying that he got. Man, come on, man. Y'all, it's funny though, right? Because y'all are running around on the platforms that be riding with those narratives. Y'all are running around on those platforms, man, in the comments and shit for months and months and say shit like that. And then act like you got amnesia and forgot that you was running around saying that shit, right? Everybody like to act like that they have amnesia when the total opposite takes place. You know what I'm talking about? When the total opposite takes place, then people want to act like they got amnesia. Then you got the other people that you know, every time they make a prediction and it don't turn out their way, the fight was rigged, and you know what I'm saying? He was on steroids and the fight was rigged and all type of fucking weird shit. Oh, man. You said I sound like a Dev hater. No, I'm actually telling the truth. I mean, if we coming in here, you want me to kiss his ass because he beat George Kambosos, and I'm telling y'all that George Kambosos is not that good of a fighter. Tell me where the lie is at. I want to know where the lie is at. I mean, come on, you can't just say that I'm hating on the man. You got to point out where I'm hating on him at and where the lie is at. I clearly said that I like Devin Haney as a fighter. I think he's a good fighter, but if I have people that's in the comments telling me that Devin Haney is better than everybody and Shakur ain't fought nobody and Tank ain't fought nobody, well, then I got to get petty and count out and point out the obvious, right? Cedric Starr says, I sound like I'm not making good arguments. Okay, well, we're going to do this, right? If you want me to drop the link for Cedric Starr, because he got a whole lot of typing to do and a whole lot to say, if y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to drop the link for Cedric Starr to see if he can out-debate me on this. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to drop the link. No, I know you're not calling me a liar, Queen. I'm just saying the only reason I'm pointing out these things is because we got, some members of the Devin Haney cult that's they want to be petty. So I'm going to point out the pettiness and I'm going to tell the truth by doing it. I ain't going to put no, I'm not going to lie on the man, but the shit that I'm saying is the truth. If Maxie Hughes can go and outbox George Kambosos pretty much every round, ain't nobody was calling, people was calling Maxie Hughes a domestic UK level fighter. Nobody was calling Maxie Hughes one of the four kings and you know, one of the best fighters in boxing. You know, so if that man can go and do the same thing that Devin Haney could go do, and then when Devin Haney finally has a step-up fight against Lomachenko, he barely passes the test. He's not separating himself from the competition. I'm just saying, is he levels above Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis like the Devin Haney coach want to tell you? And like I said, I'm going to support Devin Haney when he fight because I believe that he is fighting very good competition his last two fights, right? And yes, he fought George Kambosos, and I give him props for that because he went over to the UK, but we all know that he was a much better fighter than George Kambosos. If he is what he's saying that we are, he's supposed to do what he did to George Kambosos because George Kambosos ain't that good of a fighter. Now, I'm gonna drop the link for Cedric Starr. Don't type nothing else in the chat. Grab this link. Since I'm not making no good arguments, grab the link. Don't nobody grab the link but Cedric Starr. Because I was gonna move on with the show, right? But since he got a whole lot to say, we're gonna put these links out for him. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Shawar Allah. That's why I say what I say, but I've always said that Devin Haney has the best fighter on his resume, right? That makes Devin Haney's resume better than Shakur Stevenson's, and that makes his resume better than Gervonta Davis's because he fought Lomachenko, right? But he didn't separate himself from that competition. That's a fact. And I expected him to. Yo, you gotta take me out of the background.
Oh, I got you, brother. Hold on.
Yeah. We good? No, you still gotta echo. You gotta close me out. You gotta close whatever else you got me on. You gotta close it out.
All right, we good?
No, you still got to echo.
I mean, I don't got you on the YouTube no more.
You probably got to close me out in the background.
All right, so give me like 2 minutes to get it straight.
All right. Yeah, that was a bad echo. Yeah. But yeah. So like I said, man, I told y'all I didn't really want to do that. I didn't want to get petty with Devin Haney because, like I said, I've always supported Devin Haney as a fighter, and I like him as a fighter. But the obvious is the obvious. You know, the obvious is the obvious. If Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Davis were to go out there, right, and barely beat a Vasyl Lomachenko, and then you can't have me running around saying that Shakur is levels above everybody and he go out there and he barely edge out a win versus Lomachenko. Now we got questions. You know, if everybody say that Tank Davis knocks out Lomachenko and then he go and barely gets a victory over Lomachenko, right? And he don't get the knockout, then we got questions. And so that's how I'm looking at the situation, right? Yo. You in the building? Okay, he ain't. And I get it, a lot of that is because, like Big Dog Willie say, is Bill Haney doing very, very good promotion, right? He's doing very, very good promotion, making Devin Haney seem that he is on top of the world. And like I said, man, he'll get you with that shit, but I'll go back and I'll watch fights and I break down shit. And salute to my brother Batman, right? Salute to Batman, because I remember I was arguing back and forth with Batman about how good Devin Haney was at one point, right? And me and Batman was on a phone call and we was, just going back shooting the shit about boxing. And Batman he said some shit, right? And he said, Devin Haney has a lot of flaws. He said, Devin Haney, he loops his punches, right? And when he loop, and then when he tries, when you close the defense on him, he always ducks off to the right and he'll loop his punches. He throw wide punches. He leave himself open, right? So, and he was saying more things that Devin Haney did in the ring, right, that stood out to him. And he told me to go watch. And ever since Batman did that, right, I went and I studied Devin Haney and I saw everything that Batman was saying. I saw everything that Batman was telling me. In each fight that Devin has, it stands out more and more. I see it. I see these things. And he always has a problem when fighters close the distance on him. If he can't keep you at a certain range, which most fighters do always close the distance on him. I don't know why you got that. I don't know why you got that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get you out the studio and maybe try to come back. Yeah, because his audio, I don't know what's going on. But I see all those things that Batman was always telling me. And like I said, when fighters close the distance on Devin, he had problems. He got problems when fighters close the distance. As far as Shakur, I've always said this about Shakur. Every fighter has a flaw. But Shakur, when you look at him, he don't have no flaws that you could just pick out. He really don't. All people say about Shakur is, oh, Shakur, man, he ain't got power. And I always say that, well, he got respectable power to where you don't see fighters just walking him down, right? And he got power enough to drop everybody he be in the ring with. Because most of these fighters, he always dropping these fighters. Devin Haney ain't dropping nobody. When last time Devin Haney set a fighter down? So that's the power difference when it comes to Shakur and Devin right off the rip. We ain't even got to put Tank in there because we know that's his number one attribute is his power and explosiveness, right? When it comes to Tank, you do see some defensive flaws. He's not hard to get. He not like, to me, I seen Tank get, touched up against people. But he's starting to show that he's starting to fight more cautiously, and his defense is starting to show more. Okay, let me see if you're good now. Say something.
You on good?
Yeah, you good now. You good now. Okay, we ain't gonna make this too long because I do got to get on with the show, but we gonna go ahead and get through this quick. So you said that I wasn't making a good argument. Go ahead and explain it, make it make sense to me. Yo, you there? Are you there? You was good.
That's it.
Yo, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now.
Okay. Now I said we got to make this quick because I got to move on with the show. But
Okay.
But real quick, so we're gonna make it about 5 minutes, right? Nah, he ain't no troll. He jumped up here. I'm gonna give him his respect, You said that I wasn't making a good argument. I wasn't making no sense in my argument. Go ahead and make that make sense to me real quick.
All right. So first of all, I want to say real quick, bro, I'm a fan of your page. I just subbed like probably like a week ago. I messed with you, bro. I'm not no troll or nothing. I
Oh
honestly
yeah,
think you're
yeah, no,
wrong.
I know you jumped up here, man. That's why I'm gonna give you your respect. Like I said, if this is all boxing talk, bro, ain't nothing serious.
Okay, so granted, all right. So this is why I say there's a whole bunch of hate versus Devin, right? Because man, at first it was he didn't have a belt. Oh, he's in the back because he don't have a belt. All right. Loma backed down, gave up his belt, so he ended up with the belt. Then they call him the email champ. Oh, he's not a real champ. He's not a real champ. He's not a real champ. That's why he's in the back. Granted, Camboso whooped the hell out of Tio, battered his face. I saw that fight. He battered. I never seen nobody do Tio like that. Battered his face, and he knocked him down to become what? Not undisputed, but what? Unified. And Devin Haney followed up. Took 22% lower than what Shakur turned down, and he still can't get his goddamn respect. He been calling out Tank. Everybody for the longest, all the top fighters, nobody didn't want to fight him. Unlike Tank, haven't fought nobody. He's literally cherry picking. Everything you saying about Devin is what Tank is doing. You feel me? Like this nigga ain't fight nobody, and then he trying to fight Cruz again. Who wants to see that? We know you can beat him, bro. Fight Shakir. Move up. Fight some.
Hold on, stop right there, right? I never said that Devin Haney was cherry picking nobody. I never said that. And then, so that's false. I never said that. We talking about what I said about Devin, right? These things that you saying about Devin, right? I agree. At one point, Devin was one of the most hated fighters in all of boxing at one point. I was actually the one that's doing videos and putting up posts saying this, right? But I didn't say none of that, right? And I never said that Devin cherry picked nobody, right? What I'm saying is that we got to stop putting fighters on pedestals for things that they supposed to do. If Devin is as good as you and all of his fans, diehard fans, I'm a fan of him also, right? But I'm just not over the top heel fan like that. If he is good as y'all saying he is, he's supposed to go out there and beat George Kambosos. If he's as good as y'all was saying he was, right? He's supposed to separate himself from Vasyl Lomachenko. That's what I'm saying. And he didn't separate himself from Lomachenko. Now, another thing you said that I have to correct. You said that Devin took 22% against George Kambosos. That's cap. That's cap. That's a lot because Devin Haney made millions against George Kambosos. I believe he made over $5 million in those fights with George Kambosos. So if he made that much of money, ain't no way in hell he could have made that money doing 22%. That's a lot.
Right, bro.
I don't know if you got that from Bill Haney.
Can I say something, bro? No, I got that from Devin recently. Devin just put out an interview yesterday. They yesterday saying that. But listen, how can you say that's a lot, bro?
Devin lies like Bill do. He ain't taking.
But can I say something, bro? How can you say that's a lie when you don't know the mathematics? Those people.
Because
Australia is different from the U.S., bro. U.S. don't buy tickets like that. And in Australia, they gonna support their men. That's where the ticket buys came from.
But let me explain to you. In the UK, in Australia, right? They do go to fights and they support them, but they not paying no $1,500, $2,500, $3,500, $4,500 for no motherfucking ticket. Now this is all public info, right? We can look up how much the gate did. We can look up how much Devin Haney got paid versus George Kambosos. And he didn't take
okay, all right, so show me proof. Show me proof, because I'm listening out of the horse's mouth, right, bro. You just
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up right now, and then we're gonna end it. Hold on. Devin Haney. Well, hold on. I got it right now.
And then at that, when you typing out that, bro, you never know what type of deal they had. That's probably just 22% off the pay-per-views. That's not saying he didn't get paid money.
It says the deal paid Haney upward of $3 million versus, so he got paid upward of $3 million.
Yeah, up front $3 million, and then the $2 million came from the 22%, Brody. Come on, let's talk facts.
So if you saying that he only made 22%, right? You saying that he only made 22%? That money
He got offered. I didn't say he
bro.
made 22%. I said that's what he got offered, bro. I never said that.
No,
I'm not gonna
you
put words
said
in your
he
mouth.
took
I'm gonna put words in my mouth.
No, you said that he took 22%. So that means if he took it, that means that's what he made.
Yeah.
It says,
No, I don't.
I
Because he just now told you that he got paid up front $3 million. The 22% is of the pay-per-view sales, bro. When they say you get enough a percentage, is of how many pay-per-views we sell. That's not counting the upfront bread.
Sales? What pay he took? Now it says right here. It says, look. It says the pay-per-view share was 70-30 in favor of Kambosos. 70-30. So you're wrong again. 70-30.
Oh, well, look. Right now we just listen. Right now we're not both. Right now we just guessing right now. But I think the 22% was everything.
I pulled up the article, dog. This ain't no guessing.
Yeah, bro. You was wrong, bro. You didn't even know he got paid $3 million up front.
I was wrong, and you said that. First, you said I didn't make. I mean that he got 22% on the pay-per-view sales. I pulled up the pay-per-view sales, and I showed you that he got 30%.
Okay, I was wrong. I can admit that I was wrong. No. I can admit when I'm wrong, but you gotta admit when you wrong too, bro. You didn't mention that he. Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? I'm just now telling you why I'm wrong. I'm wrong about that, but you wrong, bro, because you didn't know. You didn't know about him getting paid $3 million up front. You didn't mention that.
What you talking about, bro? I have not said nothing wrong. I said
no. I'm actually what you didn't say. No. I'm actually what you didn't mention. You didn't mention that he got.
Hold on, dog. Let me talk.
Because
we got to
talk at once. Go ahead, bro.
I said it was a lie when you saying that Devin Haney only got paid 22%, right? And you said no.
Yeah, I don't think he would lie about that.
No, hold on. I'm not finished talking. You said no. I said that he only got paid 22% of the pay-per-view numbers. I said, okay, we could go ahead and look that up. I looked that up, and it clearly says Devin Haney got paid. It says the pay-per-view share was 70-30 in favor of Kambosos. According to Essentially Sports, right, Haney made around $3 million for his first fight against Jorge Linares. Okay, they talking about something else, right? But in this fight, it says against George Kambosos, he got a 70-30 split for the pay-per-view revenue. That's not 22%. That's a big difference. 22 is not 30. So he got 30%. That's what he took. Let's stop listening to what Bill and Devin on social media telling you to make themselves look like they something that they not. Straight up and down. It says it right here.
Yo, bro, what source is that, bro? You Googled something, bro. This is what you're doing, Brody. You Googling something and saying it's true.
So you know more than the source.
So now the source is the person that actually got the money is Devin Haney. I heard him say yesterday. Why were you lying on national TV?
Devin Haney just lied. What do you mean? Why did he lie on that national TV? The man just lied about the whole Shakur Stevenson situation and left out that Shakur went to the sanctioning bodies to make him fight. He didn't say nothing about that when he did the whole interview, and he said that Shakur ducked him and he offered Shakur. First, he offered Shakur a flat fee, and Shakur didn't take it. And then he offered Shakur.
Let me ask you a question. Tank is not a liar?
25%. And that man was been lying. What you mean?
Is Tank a liar? Is Tank a liar? So I know you're just not picking on Devin and you do the same thing to everybody. Is Tank a liar?
You gotta tell me what he lied about, and I'll tell you if he's
lying. Bro, he said, see, people get amnesia when it comes to their favorites. Tank said that he was going to fight. He said that he wanted to fight the winner of the Devin Haney fight. He didn't fight no winner. Like what? He's still fighting cherry picks.
Well,
what you gonna say to that, bro? He's a liar. He's a ducker. He's not the number one boxer. He's in the back.
Well, check this out, right? I'm gonna tell you like this, right? If you want to debate that, I ain't the one to debate that with. You got to go to Knockout and debate him because that he gonna debate you all day and night when it comes to Tank. If you know,
no, bro, it's not a debate, bro. I'm asking a simple question, big bro. I'm asking you, did he lie or not? It's not a debate. Did Tank lie or not?
So check this out, right? And I've talked about this before. It's hard for me to call him a liar when the situation is right. That's like a touchy situation because you got a situation where Devin Haney was a free agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct, right? Okay, Devin Haney was a free agent, right? Now, we know how these boxing networks work. We know that If Devin Haney was a free agent, he finally had a chance to go do business with Showtime, right, to try to get this Gervonta Davis fight made. Well, he didn't get the Gervonta. He didn't go try to make the fight with Tank Davis. He didn't go holler at Showtime. And on Gervonta Davis's part, he didn't call out Devin and tell his team to go holler at Devin to make the fight. So they was both on some bullshit, if you ask me. Ain't now one of them reach out to each other. So that's
man. If Tank really the top dude, he want to be legendary, bro. Bro, you should be calling Devin out. He was the number one. You cherry picking. Well, last time he fought somebody, bro. He fought internet personalities and little short Mexicans that can't fight. Who the hell is Tank? But I like Tank. I want him. Like he actually my favorite. But I'm disappointed. I'm not even a Devin fan like that. But I point out what's wrong, what's right is right, bro. Tank is not fighting anybody.
I'm not finna tell you that I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I continue to say it. I give credit when I look on Gervonta Davis's resume, right? And I'm not talking about like 5 and 6 years ago. I'm talking about what he's done the past, let's say, 2 years, 3 years. When I look on his resume, we see Mario Barrios, and I want to give him credit for Mario Barrios because Mario Barrios can fight. But then when you look at the circumstances around the Mario Barrios situation, Mario Barrios was already about to move up to 147, and they caught him. Like, you want to take a Tank fight? And Mario Barrios killed himself to make the weight. I know because I talked to people that was in camp with Mario Barrios. He almost died trying to make that weight. They said they told me, right, and it was a couple cats from Houston that was in the gym with him, and they was arguing with me that Mario Barrios was going to beat Tank. When it got closer to the fight, they told me that the bet was off because I was like, man, I got Tank beating him. They told me bet off, and I said, well, why are y'all calling the bet off? And they said because we've been in the gym with Barrios and he's struggling making the weight. Like he's killing himself making the weight, right? And then we come to find out that Tank Davis put a rehydration clause on the man. Mario Barrios big as fuck. Like that man is fucking damn near 6 foot tall. You know what I'm saying? He big as hell to be fighting. So you put a rehydration clause on that. Like then I look at that win a little different, right? So so I don't know about that one, right? It's kind of asterisks on that win, right? But then you go to Hector Garcia. I believe that Hector Garcia is a very good fighter. He beat Hector Garcia. You want to give him full credit for beating Hector Garcia and stopping him, right? And then you want to go to Ryan Garcia. A lot of people don't want to give him credit for Ryan Garcia. A lot of people was calling Ryan Garcia Instagram model and all of that. But I'm sticking to my guns, and I've already said Ryan Garcia is a good fighter. He's a dangerous fighter that got power in both hands. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia can fight. He got speed, power, and he's dangerous, and he's going to go on to show people that he's not just no motherfucking Instagram model. He can fight. But when you look at the Ryan Garcia, and this is sad because I think that Tank is a better fighter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why are you putting the rehydration clause on this man? Ryan Garcia, another cat that's big as fuck, and then you gonna put a rehydration clause on. So I mean, I see what people saying.
It's kind of tainted, bro. I'm telling you, bro, I'm a Tank fan, bro. He need to fight somebody. He need to grab a belt, do something great, bro. You can do it. I believe in him. But goddamn, it's getting ridiculous, bro. Fight somebody.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you saying that. Yeah, dude, he the oldest out of everybody. He 29 years old. Right, he about to be 29, and so yeah, he needs to fight much better competition. We want to see him in the ring and stop fighting flat-footed Hispanic fighters that's gonna stand right in front of him and just slug. So yeah, he's older than Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. So
and a Brody question for you, right? This is a good question, Brody. Look. Why skip Devin Haney and go to T.O. knowing that, all right, let's just talk about just common sense, right? Even though T.O. might not have been himself in that fight, let's just go by what happened, what's in history. Kambosos put hands on T.O., bro. I saw that fight. And he dropped him, and he had his face looking crazy. Why you want to skip Haney, the undisputed champion, to fight T.O. for? And T.O., why do you want to fight niggas that lost?
Well, that's another thing, bro. You can't listen to all these rumors that you be hearing, right? That Teofimo Lopez shit is just a rumor. and if you keep up with my videos, man, I kind of keep people in tune with all these false rumors that's going around. Coach Calvin said that shit is just a rumor. He said he ain't got no contract that came through the way with a Teofimo Lopez or nothing. So that shit's a rumor, bro. But the more realistic fight that's going to happen next is Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia, because both promoters talked about that fight happening next. So all of that Teo shit, bro. And this is another thing that I've been seeing that people doing with Tank. They making up rumors that, oh man, Tank fighting Teo next, and Tank fighting Thurman next. Tank ain't fighting no motherfucking Keith Thurman at 147 pounds. They just
no,
shit.
Bro, I'm not saying that, but Floyd is like the boss. Even though he is over Floyd, is his big brother. He the one that said we looking for Teo. I'm not saying that it's a rumor. I'm going after what's coming out of people's mouth. I don't with the horse's mouth, not really bloggers. Floyd. Floyd said we going after Teo, and then the other dude with the glasses said the same thing, that we gonna go after Teo. Why y'all going over Teo? Y'all seem like y'all going only on people that you think that y'all can beat. Go with somebody that y'all gonna challenge yourself with.
Well, I mean, check this out. You can't act like that Teofimo Lopez ain't fucking. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people think he better than Devin Haney. Now you going off of George Kambosos' win, right? Now you can do that, but then you got to be realistic, because if they fought again, I guarantee you wouldn't put your money on George Kambosos. Did we see? The thing is, if you just get the hate out of it, right? You got to ask yourself, have we ever seen Teofimo Lopez fight like that? We haven't. He went in there slugging, and it wasn't the same Teofimo. It wasn't the same Teo. Let's just keep it real. Now, Devin and Teo, if they fight each other, that's a dangerous fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a dangerous fight. Can Devin stay away from Teo for fucking 12 rounds and move and outbox him? I don't know if he can, because Teo, he got footwork and he could box too. So, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with them wanting Teofimo Lopez. And it's not, I mean, we don't know who the better fighter between Teo and Devin is, to keep it a buck. So I don't see no problem with them wanting Teo. They think that Teo will be a bigger fight, and I do too. But, I mean, either one is a good fight, man. Either one is a good fight. But anyway, let's move along, man. Let's move along, because I didn't even want to stay on that subject that long. But y'all make sure that y'all smash the like button. Smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Get the likes up. I don't even want to go look at the likes, because I know a lot of people be coming in and y'all don't wipe your feet before y'all don't take your shoes off before you come in my house. Take your shoes off before you come in my house. Smash the like button. It's free to hit the like button. Support the channel, show some love to the channel. Christy Hardaway says Dev smokes Teo. If Dev ain't smoking Lomachenko, how y'all figure that he smokes Teo? Like, when was the last time Dev smoked somebody? Like, we got to stop with all these, emphasis on, just say that you got Dev beating Teo. Because when you start saying shit like Dev smokes Teo, what that means is he either stops Teo or he just beats him every round. Like, that ain't happening. We know that. Come on, man. And respect to Cedro Star for getting up here, letting his word be known. This is all boxing talk. It ain't we don't, you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing serious. We just debating, going back and forth. We don't always have to agree. And, people like Cedric that can get up here, talk like he got some sense. And, some people, they just get up here, oh, man, fuck you, man. Fuck you, a bitch ass nigga, because they mad because you don't agree with what they saying, or they don't agree with you. So it's all entertainment at the end of the day. But like I said, hit the like button, and we're gonna move on. Since we on this subject, I wanted to talk about the whole Showtime and Fox situation, but we might not be able to get to that because I only got about I don't got that long left. Right? But we're going to get to this main topic, right? We're going to get to this main topic that I want to cook on. So Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. Big Dog Willie, I would open the panel, but I only got about 20 minutes left, man. So if I do an open panel, I'm going to have to come back, right? I'm going to have to come back tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow, maybe, and then we can open up the panel. Well, I'll do a show tomorrow, right? If I have more time, I would do an open panel, but I really don't have that much time. But let's talk about it, right? Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, right? Because every time we bring up this subject, everybody that ride with Tank Davis, they always say, Tank knocks him the F out. Man, Tank stopping them. If Shakur got hit by Valdez, man, what you think Tank gonna do when Tank hit him? And nobody ever breaks down the fight, right? That's all you hear is, man, Tank knocking them the F out. And I'm like, can anybody break down the fight and tell me how Tank wins the fight besides knocking them the F out? Because, see, when you talk about fighters like Gervonta Davis, right? We could throw Deontay Wilder in there, Mike Tyson in there, right? These are obviously fighters that you used to seeing knocking out everybody that they get in the ring with, right? KO artists. We're not saying that Tank can't box, but that's all people say. Tank knocks him the fuck out. They don't even think past that, right? Now, first of all, if you know shit about boxing, one thing that you do know is everybody gets hit in boxing. So if your thing is running around and saying, man, I saw Shakur, I saw Oscar Valdez hit Shakur with 3 straight right hands, man. What you think gonna happen to Tank when he hit him? You're supposed to get hit in boxing. Everybody gets hit. Still doesn't dismiss the fact that Shakur Stevenson has the best defense, some of the best defense in boxing, if not the best defense in boxing. If you ask me, Shakur has the best defense in boxing, right? Shakur is able to gauge range and distance the best in boxing, right? When you go to Gervonta Davis, you actually have to look at what type of opponents he's knocking out. Right? Man, when Tank hit him, he gonna knock him out. Well, I seen Tank hit Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and he didn't knock him out. So Tank had to outbox Isaac Pitbull Cruz. But can Isaac Pitbull Cruz box? Fuck no. I seen Tank hit Ryan Garcia, and he dropped him, but Ryan Garcia got right back up. Tank stopped Ryan Garcia with a body shot. Also, if you know shit about boxing, you would know that once you raise your level of competition, right? When you get in the ring with Tank Davis's and Shakur Stevenson's and you can put Devin Haney in there too. When you get in the ring with other A-level fighters, these knockout artists, a lot of times those knockouts go away. Then they got to find other ways to win. Because if I can't catch you sleeping with the best shot that I got to knock you out, then what am I going to do? I got to go to plan B or C. Now it becomes a thinking match, a chess match. Now my skills got to be involved. And y'all running around, man, what you think he going to do when he hit him? Are y'all just assuming if he hits Shakur Stevenson, Shakur just going to crumble and fall out? You know what I'm saying? You've never seen Shakur Stevenson knocked down. So why are you assuming, oh man, as soon as Tank touched Shakur, he's just gonna fall out in the ring and he gonna sleep? I've seen Tank hit a lot of people. I've seen Tank Davis hit motherfucking Gamboa for 11 rounds, and Gamboa had a motherfucking torn Achilles, and Gamboa was right there for 11 rounds until Tank Davis was finally able to stop him. So are y'all banking on Tank going in there and losing to Shakur and then just catching him with some shit that he don't see and stopping him? So I say that to say this: if that is what you banking on, hey, good luck to you, because that's a stretch. Now you stretch it. Now that's a hope and wish and a prayer. Nobody's breaking the fight down and telling me, okay, you know, this is how I got the fight going. All I'm hearing is, oh man, Tank knocks him the fuck out. Yeah, like, and you don't hear none of the Gervonta Davis fans actually being realistic about the fight. Like, yes, it's a 50-50 fight. You know, it's a fight that either fighter can win. You know, I see that Tank has to do this in order to beat Shakur. I see Shakur have to do this. I see all they saying is Tank knocking the fuck out. Like, it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It 9 times out of 10, the fight ain't gonna end in a knockout. You heard a lot of people over the years say such and such knocking Floyd Mayweather the fuck out. When he catch Floyd, he knocking him the fuck out. And how did that end up? How did that end up? It's crazy. You know how great you are if a fight fan see you get hit by 3 punches and then they run around for 2 years straight talking about, man, we see he got hit. He got hit. That's how you know your defense is on another level. When motherfuckers highlight is to be able to say that you got hit. You get hit 3 times in the fight, motherfucker running around talking about, oh man, he hit him. He hit him. Oh man, man, such and such hit him. We've seen Floyd Mayweather get hit before. How did that turn out? All them fighters that had devastating power that got in the ring with Floyd, did any of them beat him? So I'm saying that to say this: when you have great boxing skills, great defensive attributes like somebody like Shakur has, you better come in that ring banking on something more than knocking them out. Because most of the time it don't turn out like that. It just don't. That's why it shows that a lot of people don't know shit about boxing. If you know boxing history, go in history and show me one fighter that knocked out every opponent that they've been in the ring with when they stepped up and started fighting all 8-level competition. Somebody in the chat, right? Somebody in the chat put a fighter in the chat that knocked out every opponent that they've been in the ring with when they stepped up to A-level competition. And that means more than one fighter, because I know people going to come in here and say, oh man, Terrence Crawford stopped Errol Spence. I'm saying when they stepped up and they knocked out every A-level opponent. Mosley didn't stop Mayweather. Mosley lost to Mayweather and got beat up damn near every round. Mosley hit Mayweather, stunned him, and then Mayweather put in work. Dust yourself off and try again. Deontay Wilder did not knock out Tyson Fury. And that's only one person. Now, Deontay Wilder is the closest thing that you could say, right? He's the closest thing that you could say, you know, because Wilder dropped Tyson Fury. He hurt him in every fight. Wilder knocked out Luis Ortiz. So I would say Luis Ortiz is an A-level fighter. So Wilder is the closest that you can come to, but the answer is nobody. Dwayne Freeman, what's happening with it, D Free? Exactly, it's nobody, bro. So, like, I want to be able to talk to somebody that can break down the Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson fight and give me your reasons why Tank beat Shakur instead of just saying he knocks him the fuck out. Because that's letting me know that you don't know shit about boxing. You don't know the history of boxing. When you have somebody that has the skill set of a Shakur Stevenson, you got to go another route instead of just thinking that he's just going to just lay down when he get hit and get knocked out. First of all, in order to knock out a fighter like Shakur, right, we don't even know if Shakur might have a granite chin, right? Shakur might have a chin that when you hit him, you're not going to hurt him like that. You're not going to be able to knock him out. So what happens? See, y'all are assuming shit. That's why you shouldn't assume shit. You should be able to break a fight down and say, this is why I got Tank Davis over Shakur Stevenson, or this is why I have Shakur Stevenson over Gervonta Davis, right? Now, first of all, in order to knock out somebody like Shakur, you got to be able to outthink him in the ring, right? And then, depending on what fight he decides to fight, you got to be able to, he is the best fighter in boxing at gauging range and distance, right? Then you got to overcome that. Then you got to overcome his activity because he has a high activity rate and he switches up a lot of shit. He going to the body, he going to the head, he's doing a lot of different shit. He giving you a lot of different angles, right? His defense is very hard to crack, right? So once you get past all of that, then you got to hope that you hit him with a shot that he's sleeping, right? He don't see because he make a crazy mistake. He leave himself wide open and you just catch him with some shit, bam, that he don't see, and then you knock him out. Now, with a fighter like Gervonta Davis doing something like that, that's going to be very hard, especially for a fighter like Tank Davis that doesn't have a high work rate. Tank Davis like to wait and pick his shots here and there. He don't have a high work rate. He don't throw a lot of punches. So if it's a chess match, which the fight is going to have to be a chess match, y'all act like, oh man, Tank gonna go in there, he's just gonna just run through him and not just when he hit him, as soon as he hits Shakur gonna lay down and go to sleep and bam. Like, man, y'all gotta get real. We seeing guys like Rolly go 6 and 7 rounds with Gervonta Davis. Guys that have no skills at all. Rolly don't have no skills. So you seeing Tank Davis knock out fighters that he should fight. And like I said, I think that Tank is a hell of a fighter. But like I said before, when we were talking about Devin Haney, let's stop putting fighters on pedestal for doing shit that they supposed to do. You seen that old 60-year-old man put fucking, what's his name, Rolly, put Rolly's lights out. And he damn near knocked him out, right? But when Tank Davis did it, y'all want to run around and call Tank Davis, my man Knockout, called him the best fighter in the world, #1 pound for pound. Bruh, what is he doing that he ain't supposed to be doing? If he has devastating knockout power and you match him up with fighters that's going to stand in front of him, have no defense, what the fuck is he supposed to do? What you think going to happen? KQKC Boxing Network in the building. Wow, wow, wow. Salute to KQ, the senior OG. And Diana, the queen, is in the building, always coming through support. Yes, much blessings to you. So Josh says, let me read. It sounds like somebody may have a breakdown. He says, if Tank cuts the ring off, And corners, Shakur does. He says, does he have what it takes to hit Tank enough to back him up? Remember, Tank has caught clean shots from niggas that was putting shit to sleep. But the thing is, dog, the question is not can Shakur stop Tank? Everybody's saying now does Shakur have respectable power so that Tank just don't try to walk in? First of all, Shakur is not the fighter that you could just fucking walk in and just, throw shots at. Tank is not that type of fighter, first of all, right? So when answering the question like what you put, we got to look at both fighters' fighting style. Tank is not the fighter that's just going to try to walk you down and walk through your shit, right? And then with Shakur, we've seen that he has respectable power, that if you just try to walk through his shit, he's going to drop you, right? His punch accuracy is very high. He knows where to hit you at, and he has respectable power to put you on your ass, right? We're not saying that he can knock out Tank or none of that. We're not saying that Tank can't take his power, but are you going to respect his power? Also, when you look at Gervonta Davis, like I said, he is a fighter that thinks in the ring. He's not just going to throw shots and just come forward and he's gonna pick his way in. He don't like to get hit with a lot of shots, right? And he don't throw a lot of shots. He doesn't throw a lot of shots because he likes to pick his shots. He fights in spurts. You feel what I'm saying? So if Tank did get Shakur Stevenson in the ropes, which I don't really see Tank getting too many guys in the ropes. You know what I'm saying? When you know what I'm saying? Tank is not a fighter that really be having fighters fight out off the ropes like that. But if we do want to go with your scenario, that's where Shakur Stevenson's defense and his footwork come into play. You still got to be able to catch him with something that he just basically, you got to catch him sleeping with something that he don't see. And you can't bank off of shit like that when you're fighting an A-level fighter. That's why they on the A level and A+ level, because they don't make mistakes like fighters like Rolly do. That's why it's different levels, right? Different levels. These high-level, A-level fighters, they don't make mistakes like fighters like a Leo Santa Cruz that have no defense. Fighters like Rolly Romero that don't have no defense. You know what I'm saying? Fighters like Gamboa that don't have no defense. They don't make the same mistakes that these fighters do. That's why we call them the best of the best. And so the problem with boxing is you got certain fan base of people, when you try to talk about things like this, if you don't go with the fighter that they want you to go with, now all of a sudden you're hating on Tank. Oh, you sound like a Tank hater. Bro, nobody's hating on Tank. Ain't nobody hating on the fighter that you pulling for, because we want to break down the fight in the different, aspect that you're going to do it, instead of just say, oh man, he get knocked the fuck out. Because if we had broke down the fight with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, right? Other than he knocks him the fuck out. Well, when that didn't happen, and Wilder had to go to plan B, C, and D, it was a whole different ball game. When he knocks him the fuck out didn't take place. So we got to be able to look past that shit when we talk about two A+ level fighters in the ring with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy, man. As much as y'all be on YouTube channels and shit like that and claim you watch boxing, y'all gotta act like y'all know more about boxing when it comes to breaking some of these fights down, man. Tank Davis was not more explosive than Mike Tyson and didn't hit harder than Mike Tyson. And when Mike Tyson stepped up to fight A-level competition, he wasn't knocking everything the fuck out. He was actually having a lot of problems winning fights. You know what I'm saying? He was actually so I'm saying, stop. You got to go. Y'all, some of y'all got to go and look at the history of boxing. 9 times out of 10, when you got a knockout artist against a fighter that has A+ level defense and just an all-around A-level fighter, even if that fighter don't have devastating power against a knockout artist, usually the fighter with the best overall skills, they usually win. Real talk. They usually win. You ask me who do I have winning the fight? I got Shakur winning the fight. I got Shakur winning the fight against Gervonta Davis, and the reason that I have Shakur winning the fight is because of some of the things that I talked about. I look at, but I think it's a very tough fight for Shakur and Gervonta Davis. I think it's a fight that's going to play out as a chess match. I don't, you know what I'm saying? When I'm looking at that fight ain't going to be like y'all think. It's going to be a chess match. That's how I look at that fight. I look at Shakur being a lot more cautious than he is because he know that Tank can crack. I look at Shakur being able to control the range and distance. I look at Tank being able to get his shit off. But at the end of the day, right, and I could go on and on breaking down the key elements of the fight, but I want to make it quick, right? And then, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to try to do a live stream and I'm going to try to do an open panel, right? Depending on how my kids is acting, if it ain't too loud, I'll do a live stream tomorrow and I'll try to open the panel, right? So other people can get their shit off, right? But I'm looking at, right, overall, Gervonta Davis, he's never been in the ring. Hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on. My bad, y'all. So when I break the fight down, right, I look at both styles of the fighters, right? What we seen, not what such and such said they're gonna do, and you know what I'm saying, what we seen. One thing I've noticed is that we don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's a question mark when it comes to Tank Davis fighting a fighter that can box, show good movement and defense, because he really never been in a ring with a fighter that has that. Pretty much Tank fight all the same type of fighters that stand in front of him, flat-footed, that don't have good defense. That's a fact. Tank Davis fans should be able to admit that themselves, right? It's the same style of fighter. Shakur Stevenson, he pretty much is fighting. I don't know, Robert can say he's a fighter that can move like that, but both of them, right? They both have never fought fighters like each other. Let's just put it like that, right? But when you break the fight down, and I look at Tank Davis's activity rate, and him, the way that he usually knocks a fighter out is his ring IQ is above him. His overall skills are above him because of the level of competition that he's in with. And he's able to fight at his own pace. He's able to fight in spurts, throw shots here and there. He don't have a high activity rate. And then he'll catch them sleeping because they fighters that don't have no defense and they make a lot of mistakes already before they get in the ring with Tank. He catch them sleeping and then boom. With Shakur Stevenson, I don't think that he's going to be able to do that. So it comes down to who is the overall better skilled fighter. And I think that Shakur is the overall better skilled fighter. I think that his activity rate is higher. I think that his defense is a lot better. Ring IQ, they both got good ring IQ, right? But I think that Shakur knows how to control the range and distance much better. And it's going to come down to, can you beat Shakur Stevenson and win more rounds than he can win if you don't get the knockout, which I don't think you can knock him out because he's not going to make the mistake that the rest of these guys do. And the answer, when you ask me, is no. It's going to come down to skills. It's going to come down to skill set. And although people say, well, man, Tank can box too. Yeah, he can, but he can't box on the level of Shakur Stevenson. His skill set is not on the level of Shakur Stevenson. Well, how do you know? Because I've seen Tank lose rounds against fighters that Shakur Stevenson will go in there and shut out and won't lose not one round too. That's what I see. That's what I'm basing it off of, right? I'm also basing it off of people that's been in the ring with Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis, and they all say that Shakur has better skill set. Tank hit way harder. Tank is more explosive, but Shakur has the better skill set. Now, they also all say that it's a 50-50 fight, and, you know, they can't really pick. Some of them pick Shakur, some of them pick Tank, but most of them is split down the middle, and they can't really pick, right? Because of Tank's power and explosiveness and because of Shakur's skill set. So, me, knowing the history of boxing, knowing when a fighter like Tank Davis gets in the ring with a fighter that has superb defense and a skill set, 9 times out of 10, the fighter with the superb defense and the skill set beats that other fighter that has boxing skills, but mostly, you know, comes through and relies on the knockouts. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Plain and simple to me. But like I said, I'm going to give Tank his respect. It's not an easy fight for neither one of them, but it's crazy because you hear Tank Davis fans, they don't give Shakur no. Oh man, Tank go in there. What is going to happen when Tank get in the ring with an A-level fighter and he can't knock him out? If Isaac Pitbull Cruz, big head ass, had the boxing skills of a Shakur Stevenson, what would have happened? Because he didn't knock out Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Like I said, he didn't stop Gamboa until like the 11th round. But, you know, salute to Tank, salute to Shakur. Fight that we do need to see. The best fight in boxing, and I got Shakur. LaShawna Harris says you think that he can knock Shakur out. I mean, that's cool. I don't have no problem with you thinking that, but I'm pretty sure that you think that Tank can knock out everybody that he get in the ring with. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that all the Tank fans, they think that Tank can knock out everybody he get in the ring with. You Tank fans would tell you that he goes up to 147 and he knocking. They were saying that he knocking Crawford and Thurman out. What they were saying. When the man told you out of his own mouth, he ain't even comfortable at fighting at 140 because the guys is too big for him. You saw Tank Davis in there against Mario Barrios, and they was going back and forth. He had a very tough fight against Mario Barrios, and Mario Barrios ain't even an elite fighter in his weight division. And he put a rehydration clause on Mario Barrios. And he put a rehydration clause on Mario Barrios. So, I mean, you know, so I mean, like it's crazy. Like my man J Doug said, when you break it down, what Tank Davis fans are saying, all they telling you is that he has a puncher's chance. That's it. Like my man just said, he couldn't have said it no better. All they telling you is he got a puncher's chance. He gonna knock him out. I heard one person say, I got Tank, using his skill set and outboxing him. Like I said, when y'all can name me one fighter, when he moved up and started fighting A-level competition, knocked out everybody he been in the ring with, then we can have that conversation. But until then, the answer is nobody. And you got to stop assuming shit because Gervonta Davis is knocking out fighters that he's supposed to knock out. He has power. He got explosiveness. We all know that. He hit harder than a motherfucker. But of course, if you standing in front of him and you don't have defense, you don't have footwork, you don't have real boxing skill, right? And you're just going to take punches from him, he's supposed to knock you out. Was Tank Davis not supposed to knock out Rolly? Was Tank Davis not supposed to knock out Ron Garcia, who was sucked down? Let's keep it 100. He was sucked down. Rehydration clause. But I mean, I think that Tank Davis is still a better fighter than Ron Garcia, but you got to add that in there because he did it, right? Was he not supposed to knock out Ron Garcia? Because all y'all were saying that Ron Garcia had a glass chin. But then Tank Davis knocks him out, and y'all forget that y'all were saying that he had a glass chin. So was he not supposed to do what he did? Was Tank Davis not supposed to knock out a 40-year-old Gamboa? Was he not supposed to knock out Leo Santa Cruz that was standing right in front of him and that threw 4 punches of the same in a row that has no defense? Was he not supposed to knock him out? Like, come on, let's keep it realistic and stop being just a fucking fan. Like, right? Let's talk boxing and let's be able to break down boxing and let's get the fandom out of it, right? Because when we talk about this shit and we putting these guys on pedestals, you got to talk about who are they fighting and who are they knocking out, right? You know what I'm saying? So let's stop going around the fact that all these fighters are the same type of fighters. None of them have good defense, right? Where some of them, like Ryan Garcia, dangerous as a puncher. Yeah, but Tank Davis is when you look at the bet odds and you 8-1 favorite, Vegas got you an 8-1 favorite for a reason. So that means when you win the fight, you did exactly what you were supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? When they had you the favorite for the knockout, that means that you did what you were supposed to be doing. You're not doing nothing spectacular. You're not doing nothing other than what you're supposed to be doing. If Deontay Wilder go out there and knocks out Robert Helenius, he did what he was supposed to be doing. If he go out there and knocks out motherfucking Dillian White, he did what he was supposed to be doing, dog. But then if he go out there and he knocks out somebody like a Tyson Fury, right? Or Usyk, then you're doing something beyond the norm, right? If Shakur Stevenson, if he go out there and outbox, guys that he been in the ring with, well, he doing what he's supposed to be doing, right? But then when you raise the competition and you do it to these guys like Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia, I'm going to even throw Edwin De Los Santos in there because I think that Edwin De Los Santos has boxing skills and he's dangerous, right? But if you go out there and do it to him, then you're doing something more than the norm. You go out there and you see what I'm saying? So I'm not finna put these fighters on pedestals because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. We all know that these fighters are all the elite, right? They all elite. But who is going to separate themselves and do something more than what they supposed to be doing. When Teofimo Lopez went out there and he beat Josh Taylor, he did something more than the norm, right? He separated himself and did something that people didn't expect him to do. When he went out there and beat Vasyl Lomachenko, he wasn't doing just something he was supposed to be doing. He was doing something more than the norm. So let's give credit to the fighters that we need to give credit to for, and let's stop just being, over the top fans. Tank Davis is doing a whole lot of shit that he's supposed to be doing. That don't mean that he ain't a hell of a fighter. That don't mean you take credit away, but you don't give him more credit than he deserves for doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's all I'm saying. When you know that he gonna knock out Rolly Romero and then he goes and knock out Rolly, don't jump up and down and tell you that Tank is the best fighter in the world and he showed you again that he's this and that. We got to stop doing that because he just did what we expected him to do. Nothing more and nothing less. MacTail97, she said, do you think that Benavidez is more skilled than Andrade? I think he's a better fighter all around than Andrade. And I think he's going to show and he's going to destroy Andrade. As far as skill set, they have a different type of skill set. They got a different type of skill set. Both of them do awkward things. You know what I'm saying? Andrade is not the most textbook fighter. He's an awkward fighter. He got a skill set, but I think that, Benavidez is an overall better fighter. And he's going to, like I said, we're going to get to see him show that. But salute to my man. Salute to you. But anyway, I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I got to get up out of here. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a show tomorrow and open up the panel. Make sure that y'all hit the like button if y'all have not hit the like button yet. If y'all ain't hit the like button, do me a favor. Before y'all get up out of here, smash the like button for me. And I got to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.